Today I am making a big pot of Brunswick Stew. I feel like it's mostly meat. Look at all that meat. It's chicken breast and pork butt, one entire pork butt. It's probably, it was a small one, about maybe 4 or 5 pounds. And to add the smokiness, I added a couple of these big turkey legs, smoked turkey legs. There is, I didn't realize, maybe I did, I don't know. I just thought that 1 pack of lima beans would be okay. But really, you can't really find them, and that's like the ingredient that tells you that this is Brunswick stew, in my opinion. So I may have to go back to the store and probably get some more. And I also didn't have enough potatoes. I only had like 3 medium potatoes left, and I thought I had more, so I need to get some more when the store opens. But it's 2 a.m. so 4 hours and Kroger will be open, and I can go run there, get some potatoes. What else? I got a frozen bag of mixed vegetables. It had corn, peas, carrots, and green beans. Those vegetables are usually not, peas and green beans, they're usually not in a Brunswick stew. I don't think carrots are either, to be honest. I'm making it what I want, it's my stew. I'm making it. What else? I did put an entire bag of frozen corn in, so that's why you see mostly corn floating in here. And I put 1 big quart-sized can of tomato puree that I bought from Kroger, and also 1 of crushed tomatoes. And then I opened 2 quarts of my own tomatoes that I canned, which were the cherry tomatoes. Here's one of them. Cherry tomatoes in tomato sauce, and about half of a really large onion. So I threw all that in there. I don't think onion's part of the ingredients either. I used 3 boxes of chicken stock that I bought from the store. The chicken stock that came from cooking the chicken. And it still wasn't flavored enough, so I added some better than bouillon roasted garlic and roasted chicken. Is that roasted? It's roasted chicken. So I added some of that, and I added some celery salt. So I'm just gonna let it cook, and we'll taste it for seasoning. I put some black pepper in, but of course you can't see it. Anyway, this is the canner. This is my canning pot, because I didn't have any other pots big enough to cook all of this. And I don't know, I'm feeling like I still may open another thing of tomato. I don't think it's tomatoey. I gave it a taste earlier, and to be honest, it just tasted like meat juice. Let me see. Yeah, it's still not tomatoey enough for me, so I think I probably will put another thing of tomatoes in, crushed tomatoes that I bought from the store. So we'll see. I'll be tasting and stirring very often, and probably adding more ingredients, more potatoes later, some more lima beans. It's a big pot of stew. Needs more stuff. So I've gone to the store. It's 7:30. I've gone to the store and picked up more lima beans. I put 2 more bags, because they're pretty small bags. And I bought another bag of the vegetable medley, and I put that in there, and bought some more potatoes and washed them, peeled those, and chopped them, put them all in, and some more corn. I took out a lot of the meat. I took out this much meat from this pot because it was just way too meaty. It still is. Look at all the meat on that spoon. Like, it's super meaty. And I also added another can of crushed tomatoes and another box of chicken broth. And I have celery in the fridge that I need to use before it goes bad. I wonder if I should put some in here. Of course, it's not one of the ingredients typically, but neither was the vegetable medley, so it's my soup. I can do what I wanna. Anyway, we'll see. I'll think about it. Anyway, I'm bringing this back up to temperature because I turned it off while I was gone at the store. And then, of course, I added all those frozen vegetables. So it's another whole pot again. I had taken it out and maybe it went down by like this much. So we'll let it cook a little bit and continue to monitor. So I went ahead and started another pot. This one is with the leftover, the extra meat that I pulled out of the big pot here. And I added a box of chicken broth and a can of crushed tomatoes, the rest of the frozen vegetables that I purchased this morning, and the rest of the bag of potatoes. I used that entire bag of potatoes. And so I'm just monitoring the pots, keeping them stirred because all this stuff sinks to the bottom. And this big pot kind of has a smoky flavor. I'm not really sure if it's just from the turkey legs that I put in there, the smoked turkey legs. I think part of it is that some of the the smoky flavor is burnt flavor, actually, from the bottom of the pot here. There's some little black specks that I've seen here and there. Not a lot, but just a little bit, like right here. Little black specks that I think are burnt bits that have come from the bottom of the pot. So I've got to keep this stirred. The potatoes that I added are about half cooked at this point, so we're keeping it going. And I'm gonna can a lot of this, actually. And this pot here, I think I'm gonna take this pot over to Jesse's house and feed them dinner tonight. Because I have to go over there anyway. And anyway, so this will be dinner for them tonight. They'll enjoy not having to cook. They always enjoy that. Anyway, this pot is a little more red than this pot. This pot's a little more orange-ish. But that's just because this pot has an entire can of crushed tomatoes, and it's not quite as big as this pot here. It's all good, though. All good. Anyway, I just had a sampling of this big pot here, and it's delicious. The flavor is good. I don't think I need to do anything else to season it. It's perfect, in my opinion. Alright, so here's my Brunswick stew. This is just some of it. The rest of it is here. quarts in that thing. It was completely filled to the top. And in these jars too. Get ready to can them. And the pot that I made earlier, that pot that was full, I took that over to Jesse's and fed them for dinner. Now I'm getting ready to can up the rest of these. I've got a few takeout containers full of stew in the fridge for my friend and some to eat for the week. And then I'm just canning up the rest of this stuff, just cooking it, rewarming it in batches. So so everything is hot. Just took that jar out of that boiling water. And this is going to be the first batch. So this pot, completely filled with Brunswick Stew, fills 5 quart-sized jars. So then I had to put more into the pot to heat it up so that I can fill this little jar. And I've got 2 more here. I've got to go rummage through my closet to get some more. I have some new ones that I've recently purchased. Anyway, beginnings of my project. It's 11:59, midnight. So it's not AM. That says AM, but it's 11:59 PM. Anyway, getting started on that now, and I'll just take a little nappy while this is pressure canning. I got 6 jars of Brunswick Stew that I have canned, and I just took them out of the canner. It's 3:30. They've been done for a while, but I went ahead and started cooking the second pot. I had 1 more pot of Brunswick Stew, and I cooked it a little bit too long. It got very stuck to the bottom of the pan, and I fell asleep on the sofa. That's what had happened, basically. So this pan was bone dry, and I woke up and ran in here and was like, oh crap. Immediately turned everything off, and this is the mess that I have to clean. And I'm not even sure if the stuff in the pot is gonna be edible anymore. Did you hear that pop? Did you hear that pop? Anyway, I'm tired. I fell asleep while I was waiting for this second pot to get hot, and that was a mistake. I should not have gone back to the sofa, because you know what happens. I get comfortable and I fall asleep, especially when I've only had 4 hours of sleep all day. So my bad. I totally messed that up, but oh well. At least I got these, and I have the rest. I have 4 quarts in the fridge that are edible. So I'm just gonna come back to this mess in a little while after it's cooled down a little, and I'll clean that up later because I'm tired. It's 3:41 in the morning, and I'm gonna go back to sleep now. So I'm going in with 4 more cans, 4 more jars of the stew. The bottom part of the pan, as you can see, got burnt, but it already had a slightly smoky, burnt flavor anyway, and I think it tastes fine. It's not completely ruined, so I'm going for it. And if I'm the only person that ends up eating this Brunswick stew, I'm fine with that. So 4 more jars, and we'll call this project done after I clean up this mess.